quick video, guys. You saw the title, you know the topic. This is an open letter to the Sarkeesian effect, to Anita herself, directly. Haven't really addressed you directly before, I think. Maybe once, directly. But kind of want to talk, lay down some lines here and there, about your work, because it is work. What I see in your video is a facade. It's a character. I do not really believe that you act and would talk regularly like that, but then again, I'd be surprised. Yet, basing off that character that you play or are, I see worrying signs, because the basic gist of it seems like you want to take everyone else's fun away. Why I'm saying that is based off your last video, where you were purposefully trying to push the idea of video game goals, pushing misogynistic ideas, and you declared. I gotta admit, when it comes to your video, it's declaration without content, without debating. So it's a declaration. So in that video, you did declare that many gamers were jumping into these games with the intent that the reward would be having, saving the girl, having a kiss, having sex. And that gave me an amazing look at your personality, and your goals, and what you are doing right now. You do not understand video games. Basically, because if you, in your mind, consider that the majority of gamers that played Mario and other games like that were to get a fictional reward, you have not interacted with a lot of gamers in your life, nor have you been one. Back a long time ago, second neighborhood. First neighborhood, I was a kid. I was a baby. Second neighborhood, I received a Super Nintendo because kind of got jealous. My friend got an NES and we used to play Kung Fu. And I played Super Mario World. Now, my English was kind of bad / terrible. I didn't really understood what's the premise and all that. I just saw a letter from Yoshi at the beginning. Couldn't really understand it. My English was execrable. And basically, my sole objective while playing this game was to beat as many levels as I could. Get to the end. I remember at one point my cousin brought me a strategy guide from Super Mario World, and that was the best thing I ever had, because I didn't know about the secret keys! I know, I'm not joking, I had no idea about the secret keys. And once I started doing some of these tricks, or accessing those, and accessing the Star World, I was gleeful, because I'm like, oh shit, it's secret! It's special! I had no idea! And, it took a while because, I was slowly getting my reflexes when it comes to platformer. I started with Super Mario World when it comes to platformers. I played a bit of Mario 3, but not extensively. And finally, once I was able to beat it, I was like, up in joy. It's like, yo, take that, fucking Koopa, in your face. Couldn't beat you in Mario 3, but I beat you right now. Yes! It wasn't that personal. I was just like, alright, I finished this game. It's done. And then the Star World happened, and I'm like, okay, round 2, let's go. And then Special World. Like, all this glee. And, you can scroll back. Go 2 minutes before, when I start this argument, and roll through this passage up until now. And tell me, how many times have I spoke about banging Princess Peach? Come on, just go. Go. 0. Next game I picked up was Metroid. I had no idea Samus was a female. until I saw the you let the demo game play. Demo, I think it was called demo back then, but basically it's a sequence of gameplay that's automated that just goes through. At one point I left it slide. I didn't jump on a game yet. Maybe I was arranging some stuff. And then I saw Samus using the, it was a special bomb. I was never able to use it. It was a weird bomb that just gave her health as well. But it did show her in a crawled up form as a silhouette with the hair flying. And I'm like, huh, Samus is a woman. Okay, cool. Then I picked up the game, continued playing until I got the what's his name? Mother Brain, until I got the fuck up Mother Brain. And then I was kind of happy. I did find a very interesting glitch. Maybe I should talk about it next time. Very interesting glitch. But, getting to that point, it took a lot of time, a lot of development. I didn't even have internet, so I couldn't go through walkthrough. It was all about, hard work. And you get to the end of the game, you get to see that cool ending, you get to see the time it took you, you get to see Samus sending you off. After the mission, you're like, yes! And you go on, and it's like, it's this warm feeling. Once you get to finish a game, you watch the credit, and you get that, like, oh man, makes my heart tingle. It really does, because you go through that ending scene, after the dramatic escape, okay? You get through that whole thing, you take your ship, you run off. Okay, the Chozos are still alive, they're still my friends. You get that credit sequence, and you get this mystery scene where it's like, it's giving you the last few names as the title. You start seeing a silhouette, and then until it reaches to the end, Samus waves at you, gives a corporal sign. You get your rating. The end. See you next mission. And it's like, you feel complete. Now, you may go back 2 minutes before, roll all the way here, and start, counting the amount of time I mentioned Samus was a female, Samus's gender, and how critical and crucial it was for me to play this game. I mentioned it once, that she was a female. It was a surprise thing. I still want to know how to do that super bomb. But then, it wasn't crucial to me. I just went on. Final Fight 2, I could just go on. Final Fight 2, I love playing as Maki. Oh, you save her sister. Okay, I didn't even fucking know who I was supposed to save, but I was just going through beating thugs. Beating thugs all over the world. That was Final Fight 2 for me. Super Double Dragon, there was no story, but you just kicked the shit out of people. Just went on. I love myself some beat 'em ups. Chrono Trigger. Man, my English was starting to get there. But save the world. Kill Lavos. How the fuck did Lavos comes? There's your story. And whenever I look at your analysis of titles, like going back to you, Anita, I'm sorry, I'm just telling you some heartfelt experience. You don't seem to understand fun. You just don't. Your perspective of video games, or a mix of identity politics, because, apparently being male, female, whoever gets saved is, just the tropes of getting saved is something that triggers you, obviously. And at the same time, you are making broad and unfounded generalization, which would only apply to 1 or 2% of people. Because the way you're seeing this, the way you're approaching this, is as if, again, a person was 100% in the mentality you are showing. And I only know sociopaths that would act like that. Only sociopaths. And even back in the time where I was grade school going to high school, it was like one person in the school, 1 or 2, that would be so entrenched into video games that would warp their reality. And at the same time, they wouldn't talk to other people unless you talk about video games. And even then, you could easily see that their reality is warped. Like Splinter Cell was real to some of these people. But you are taking that and generalizing it to many gamers, saying that they're going to take habits from these. They're going to turn out like this because they play games, and this is the reward that they get. And you obviously do not seem to get what fun and video games are, if that's the way you're approaching this. I'd feel bad to see, sorry again, monitor, but I'd feel bad to see how you perceive other content in medias in such ways. You know, I feel terrible. I really do. I feel terrible for you because you do not seem to have fun when jumping onto other people's art and creation. You are blocked by a wall, which you call patriarchy. You are blocked from this, from actually enjoying anything. And I feel sad. What I also feel sad about is the fact that you are indoctrinating other people into the same mindset and ruining their experience with this indoctrination. And this is where we do not see eye to eye. I will never respect any sort of indoctrination, whether it be gender politics or religious. No respect at all, because you are not giving people a choice. You are not showing them the various aspects of the subject you are talking about. You are blocked by a certain wall which you are pushing onto other people without their consent or without giving them. Okay, I shouldn't say their consent. They could just turn off the video. Funny enough, some people just can't seem to turn off videos. But you are not giving them a broader perspective on the subject. You're giving them that wall. You're transferring that wall onto other people. And we do have, you know, with that, all your indoctrinated followers are never going to have that fun. Or barely will, because they're going to be stuck around that wall. They may be picking up Tetris and they'll see patriarchy for all I know. All depends how deeply indoctrinated they get to be. And the amount of things you spew. And that's why I despise your work. I really do. I despise your work and what you do. You're like a church pastor, but against patriarchy. If you've seen my previous video, I despise pastors as well. Same deal. Indoctrination with ideology. So, Anita, I don't know how else to approach you. I don't know if you're going to have the same mannerism, looks, and thoughts if we ever meet, let's say at PAX or at E3. I don't know. I really don't know if this is your human level. Like, because it's robotic. It feels stuck around ideology, and even then, I would probably suggest for you to go see a psychiatric evaluation or go see a shrink. That's what I meant, you know, go see a shrink. Because if you're ruined from every fun aspect in life or other people's creation because of this wall that you built yourself and that you're spreading onto others, then you're going to have a miserable fucking life. And you're trying to spread that miserable life to others. And that's sad. Also, at the same time, you know, propaganda artist, Mr. Macintosh. Media remixer, propaganda artist, same difference. You are sick. You're kind of sick. Just for spreading this kind of shit around. And also affecting creators as well. It's a shame. Also, seeing what your idea of fun is kind of gives me a dark look into your personality. I mean, when you propose that game idea, I know that's going to be coming up to you many, many times, but that's the only game idea you propose. Your idea of fun is just killing male and just going on with your day with a female protagonist. And again, going back to the previous video, when it comes to creation, it's showing me that your your creative soul is basically female empowerment, kill males. That's it. It's an inside look into your soul. Maybe if you're gonna do more game concept and game ideas, maybe we're gonna get a deeper look at your soul and an idea. You know, your creative order, your creative inspiration. But so far, kill males, be a female protagonist. That's it. I don't know if you have life experience aside from that ideology. Like, I'm feeling bad for you now. And I'm not trying to be patronizing. As a creator, I'm feeling bad. Because you do not seem to be able to get outside that box. And that's what all your creations are going to be about. And you're going to indoctrinate people into that shit. And they're going to be locked inside that same box. And they're going to miss out on opportunities and events. It's sad. So, whatever, man. I don't know. If we ever meet, we might have coffee. But till then, I can always make parodies of you because, frankly, it's funny. Hey, you may have done fun of Christians. I can do fun of your ideology. And you can make fun of my ideologies as well. Only thing is, I will never respect this form of indoctrination. I will never respect it. I will never push it. And frankly, I will be one of the people in that front line you'll see possibly at E3 or whatever, that front line that are going to be standing against this push of ideology. Have a good night, and if you can, I don't know, go back to college. Take another study. Because frankly, college is supposed to be there to open your mind to other expressions and forms, both art and discussion. And I don't think a gender identity diploma lets you explore different creative source or different forms of debate. Or would it even let you debate because, oh, you're wrong, get out of my class because you're not following my ideology. So, there's a tip. Either that or go see a shrink. I don't know. But please, think about it. Turn off the media. Think about it and see what happens. I just don't want you to be a miserable person. I don't want anyone to be a miserable person. Locked in by ideology. Like a friend that I had whose mother is just locked into this anti-African ideology and just missing a lot of culture. A lot about their culture. Sad. Later, guys. Later, Anita.